what is Taxxo all about and how to conveniently manage your documents online. Also, we will talk about how to monitor payments and issue invoices and how to do it without leaving your home. Are you hearing us and seeing us okay? Please leave us a text message in the chat below. It will be very helpful for us. Is the audio okay? Do you hear us all right? Please give us any information. Anybody, please. If not, we will just go on. Audio.
Okay, thank you for message.
Thank you, Freddy. Okay, great. Thanks. Okay, so we'll talk about how Taxxo can help you manage your business online. Also, we'll talk about 4 components. First will be e-documents. It will be about controlling your costs. Second will be e-invoices, how to issue invoices and control the payments. Also, we'll talk about taxes and we'll show you the reports module.
Of course, at first we say more about what is Taxxo platform and say some words about what we do in our group of application.
Okay, so how would Taxxo help you manage your business online? So basically, maybe you want to.
Okay, Taxxo is something like the group of application which support communication between your company and your contractors, also with your company and, for example, accounting practice. We support transfer of purchase and sales invoice. We also support the process of information about, for example, amount of taxes or accounting data.
Okay, so we integrate over 140 systems, so we can also integrate more systems. So if you would like to have a new system that you use already to be integrated with Taxxo, just give us an email information. Okay, so what is Taxxo e-documents? In a moment, we'll connect to the platform and
you should see our screen.
Yes, and you will see how this works. So basically, we will show you how to access the invoices, the costs that you received, and also how to safely transfer documents to the accounting office and how to control your payment lists, bank transfers, and how to detect missing documents. Actually, Taxxo does it for you. But before that, we'll just talk about how to submit invoices to Taxxo, because there are several ways to do it. First of all, you can just simply send the invoice via email. So basically, when you received a purchase invoice via email from your contractor, you can just forward this email to a special address. We will show you how this works, and Taxxo will take care of it. Second way to do it is to make a picture of the invoice. So, for example, you go to a store, you receive a paper invoice, and you just take the photo with the application. There is also a screenshot of this application. How to
just need to download Taxxo Box application, and it works for Android and also for iOS system. So if you are a user of iPhone or Samsung mobile, there's no problem to download the application. Of course, also you can download for another mobiles.
Yes, and if you have a PDF file on your computer, you can just simply drag and drop, or just use the Taxxo Sync application that is doing the work for you automatically all the time, monitoring the files.
I think there's a good time to share our screen, so we can show how to add a file to the Taxxo.
Yes, in a moment we'll just share the screen. Okay, you should now see the screen. I hope it works. Yeah, it works. So basically, we are just logging into the Taxxo. And on the first screen, you can see the email that you have. This is the email that is connected to the account, and while you forward your PDF files with the purchase invoices, the Taxxo will take care of the an invoice, and the invoice will go to the
Document list.
to the documents. Yes.
We can go at first to add a document menu, and there is always how to input PDF or graphic file to the Taxxo. So if you drag file to this area, you can simply add a file drag and drop method. But also you can see your unique special email address. There is a unique for every company on a Taxxo. You can also download the Taxxo sync from that place. And of course, you can see possibility of download mobile app Taxxo. I think there's a good time to add one test file.
Okay, so we can go to the documents, or just do it here, but just see this list of the documents. So you can also click here and go to the documents, and the effect will be the same. So if you would like to add a purchase document, you can just click add document, and there is an example invoice already waiting for us. And there will be also a window asking you for basic information. You can tag the document, or you can add.
I think there's very important to choose right type of document, because you can not only add a purchase invoice, you can also add a scan of your sales or personal document or another kind of paper. You can also add a tag. It's something like category. And after that, you can use tags, for example, to group some files. And after that, for example, you can download or export Excel spreadsheet with a list of invoices with the tag. You can also fill another values. I think very important is place split the file into single invoices. It means that if you have one file, for example, with 20 invoices, you can use that function to split that one file to 20 another files with single invoices. Of course, if you have every invoice in a split file, there is no need to check these settings.
Yeah, so this basically happens when you have many papers in your office and you want to scan them quickly. So basically,
Fill most important settings. You can just save a file, and after that, you can go to new documents list. There are documents from last 7 days. But of course, if you go to e-documents, there is various categories. You can go to all your costs or your revenues, document to accept or document to pay. But also you can go to all your documents, and there is also cost, revenues, or another documents.
okay, so maybe we can go to one of the files, right?
Okay.
So basically, we have a purchase invoice uploaded before, and you can see the screen of the invoice that you uploaded. and also on the right you can see the
description.
yes. So the system itself can do it. So it can take the data from the image and input it to the data on the right if you have the digitization package online. But you can
There's
also
two methods. You can, of course, fill data manually, but you can also use our digitization process. And after that, we will fill that data automatically.
So it's up to you. If you would like to do it by yourself, you can do it, but we strongly encourage you to make it automatically, so you don't need to spend time on inputting this data. And later on, this data can be used by the accounting office and can be exported to
The bank transfer file.
and also to the accounting software. Okay, so yeah, maybe getting back to the presentation, or shall we
Maybe at first we go back to the list.
mhm.
What is more important, you can also use the data, for example, to quick and easy way to find out most important data. For example, you can search using search window, and after that, it's enough. You just write part of document number, for example. So I can write something like that. After that, I see list of documents of invoices which include that number. So you can see only one document on a list. And I think it's a quick and easy way to find out your documents. You can also use our filters. You can go to another filters and you can set different kind of data to find out interesting invoices. For example, you can set, for example, who add that document. And after that, you can see a list of employees. And for example, you are interested in documents added by employee Chris Johnson. And after that, you have list all documents added by that employee. You can also use the data, for example, to export payments to the bank. To do that, you have to go to pay money. And for example, you can mark some invoice. And after that, you go to pay button and go to export bank transfers. Of course, you have need to fill out all the data. If you have if you don't have fill out all imported data, there's no possibility to export that payment. But I think we have different invoices. Some of them are good, so we try to add payments from that. Okay, there's a good document. You can see it's possible to download file with bank transfer of that invoice. If you save this file, you can also go to bank website, to bank application, and use that file to make a bank transfer to contractor.
Okay, so we can go back to the presentation, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any questions at this point? If you have, please do type them in the chat. If not, we can go to the invoices. Okay, so we will go to the invoices part. So the invoices help you to invoice
Issue your sales invoice.
exactly, and your accountant is seeing them immediately. So when you make them, it's all available to your accountant instantly. Also, we can control the outgoing payments if you are connected to the bank. There are some additional connects to the banks, and also you can request for payments and debt collection. There is also an integration with the invoices module. So we will show you how this works right now. Okay, we'll connect to the Taxxo. Okay, so basically you just go to the invoices and you will pop up. And like in a similar way, before you can just add a new invoice by clicking here. A new window will show up.
I think at first the most important is set common data on your invoices. Most often seen on your documents. To set the data, you can go to set a logo and template. And for example, you can choose your logo file. You can also go to template and choose blue or gray template. You can also choose most common language on your print. You can also choose two languages options. You can also add another graphic file. You can also, for example, fill a footer. You can also go to payment data, for example, to choose most often a payment method, or there is a bank transfer, or there is a cash or another form. You can choose most common currency on your invoices, and also choose most common due date. You can also choose most common default document type. And for example, in Poland, there is very important to fill JPK VAT code. There is a very important procedure by IRS. You can also change template of numeration. You can also change settings of print. So there's many things which you can change, and if you set differences, they would be set by all your invoices.
And also you can change the document type. So if you are invoicing EU contractors, you can just change the invoice to EU type. And for example, you can go to
customers or contractors list.
Yes, and pick somebody that we already have in our list, or we can just type here something new and input the new data that will be added to the list of the contractors. The same thing is with the items. You can search them in the list or just pick a new one or type new one. The Taxxo will remember the amount of data that you previously inputted, or you can just make a new one right on the spot. It's up to you. Also, there is a handy feature that you can add additional information about the item right below the item. So it can be very helpful in some cases. And later on, you can also change the currency to the preferred one. and the invoice will be issued in the precise currency. You can change the things that you already shown in the templates, but you can do it here manually. So, for example, it can be both Polish and English, or just English. It's up to you.
Of course, you can use different languages when you issue invoice for example, a French contractor or from Swedish contractor. There is no problem to choose different language to your contractor. And the same thing when you want to text your message, additional message to contractor, you can change also notification language and add some informations by your own.
And it can be sent at any given time that you pick. Also, you can input the email of your contractor, so he will receive the invoice, and also you will receive the information if he received the invoice and
download it.
Of course. So there are also additional things like tags here, but we will not talk about them right now. But they are very helpful also. Okay, so you can save the file, and probably there will be some errors.
Maybe not errors, but warnings
yes.
about, for example, VAT settings in Polish law.
Yeah, but
it's not important.
It's okay. You can just save it, and the data is okay.
After that, we go back to the list of sales files.
And you will see the icon of the envelope, and it shows if the invoice was sent to the email, and indeed it was at this date given. But if the message was also opened by your contractor, the envelope will be green. If the contractor is on the Taxxo, it will be automatically received, and the envelope will be blue.
Okay, so we can go down to show you. Oh, we have green one. So that's a good example to show you example of invoice which was downloaded by a customer. You can see also date of downloading. And you have also additional information when you just print each sales invoice, and just then you can see that icon.
Who did it?
Icon of printer.
And also, if you'd like to tag the document with a flag, for example, it's a very important thing.
It might be important, for example, for your accountant.
Yes, and also we can just add some personal notes here, if you like. It's a very quick way to just make a note that is can be accessed here.
And very important thing about notes, they are invisible on a print. That is just for you or for your accountant, additional information.
And also you can go from the invoices to the pro forma, which are the kind of a draft invoices that are only for you or your contractor, if you like. And also you have the place that are all unpaid invoices stored in one place. So if you'd like to refer to that collection, you can just pick some and click the refer that collection. And you can see the costs and the time that will be for this debt collection. It's all automated. So if you need it, you can use it.
I think also it's very important that you can mark some invoices as paid. And to do that, you just mark some invoices, for example, or unpaid money, unpaid list. And after that, you go to payments and you mark as paid. After that, number is decreasing. You can also go to money icon, and you can mark invoices paid or not. I think better view the change is on first list, and you can see that if you have paid invoice, that is green. So if you go to payment menu, if you click on a money icon, and for example, you choose it's paid, after that, amount is green. That's very important because if you have current list of payments, you can go, for example, to unpaid or overdue money, and at first you can go to payments and also use send a request for payment option. After you get that, you can choose one of three options for request for payment. You can choose language of your contractor, and of course, you can change the text. It's our recommendation, but there is a possibility to change it.
Okay, and also you have the section of overdue payments, and you can use it to just refer to debt collection. Maybe this is the way to do it, the right way. Also, you can have the collection in the process that it's empty because there are no debt collection in progress. But when you start it from here or anywhere else, it will go to debt collection here. And later on, you have automatic bank collection, bank connection, but we will not talk about it right now. And is there anything else that we would like to talk about here?
I think there's most important things we said about it.
Okay, so we strongly encourage you to discover more, but let's keep it simple. We'll go back to the presentation. If you have any questions at this point, please do type them in the chat. If not, we will go further. Now it's about e-taxes. It's a very small and handy tool to estimate the taxes for the current month. So
there is information from your accounting practice, and your accountant also can prepare a text or email message using by Taxxo, and after that you get some information about your income taxes or VAT taxes or social insurance taxes. After that, if you go to taxes application, you can see at first a list of unpaid taxes, but you can also go to all your payments. You can check what was paid, and you can also mark some taxes as paid.
So it's a basic payment list of your taxes integrated with your accountant data. So I guess this covers this topic. It's very simple. We encourage you to check this out, and we can go back to the presentation. If you have any question about this point, please do follow. And the next thing are the e-reports. We'll just talk about them. It's a very handy tool that can be synchronized with your Excel file. So basically, your Excel file can be connected to live data. So you just
Data from accounting system.
so basically, you can just make one Excel file and use it all time. So no more doing all the reports. The report is doing itself by itself. So basically, you just make a template in an Excel file, you connect it to the Taxxo, and all the work will be done for you. You just change the time that you want to change the data. So if you would like to see how this looks like in Taxxo, you would need to go just to the reports, and reports will show you the accounting data from the accountant program if you have a connection to the
For
program.
example, account records.
Yes. Okay, so if you have any questions, please ask them now, because it's all that we prepared for now, for today. I guess it covers all the basic features in Taxxo, but there are plenty of advanced ones to control your finance in the business. But I guess the simple version of today will be enough for now. If you have any questions, please ask them. Any at all. If not, we can finish. Maybe there are some things that you do with finance and documents that are taking too long time. Then there are some features that we did not show today, but we can help them help you.
Today it's just intro.
Yes.
Okay, I see someone is writing.
Okay, so that's a very good question. There is a EU initiative called PSD2, and it's connecting most of the banks. So we are working on the connection with this thing, with this PSD2.
We are preparing that application. We can't show you today, but we are preparing now.
But if your bank is sending you emails with the data from the payments, I guess we can do it already. So we do it with the banks that are sending the emails, because not all the banks are doing this. But in the long term, I guess this year will be connected with the most of the EU banks.
It will be a new application e-bank. So it will be full integration with the bank.
Yeah, I guess, Oliver, you should try to pick something. But if you have any questions later on, please do not hesitate to send us an email, because there are plenty of automation that we can help you with day-to-day work. Plenty of. Okay, somebody's typing something.
Of course, Oliver, you can create your own your account in Taxxo platform, and you can try for free.
Okay, so if there is anything else, please do not hesitate. If not, we will just stop at this point. Thanks.
So thank you for your time.
So thank you, and I hope to see you. We
See you
hope
again
to see
and
you.
hear you again.
To see you soon. Take care. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye bye.